Tade Cash. Tade Cash is a world-class cash flow entrepreneur and investor, a super wealth coach, legendary closer, and an educator. He's a co-founder of more than 5 cash-rich businesses and believes that assets should be predictable, consistent, and perpetual income that funds our lifestyle. It shows individuals, companies, and nations how to unlock the hidden assets that would create perpetual, consistent, and predictable prosperity for them. He's the creator of the Short and Sell program and the Money Mastery program. He's the author of Shut Up and Collect the Money, the Money Mastery Revolution, Build Assets, Not Just a Business, as well as the Wealth Genotype. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome on stage Tade Cash.
All right, guys, it's lovely, wonderful evening today. How are you today? How is your day going? This is Sunday Cash Flow Service. My name is Tade Cash, the legendary closer, the master investor, your cashphoneer, the guy that show you how to create leverage in your life, how to create lifestyle, consistent lifestyle, funded with cash flow, and how to leave a legacy behind, And it's amazing being here again today. Remember, you can always change your life if you change your life. So this is Sunday evening, again, the 9th episode of this amazing program. Man, it's been awesome that this is the 9th edition of this program. We started a couple of weeks ago, and this is a ninth episode. Next week, all the people 10th episode, and I will be sharing some of their own journey with you. And I believe so strongly that you will benefit from their experience as well. So stay in tune with that. So today, we're going to be looking at the education of the rich. Guys, let me tell you quickly. You need to tell your friends about this program. You need to tell them. You need to tell them. And in case you're watching this program and you have not followed us on Instagram or rather on YouTube, you need to do that at Taddy Cash. Now, this is it, the education of the rich. The education of the rich. Now, let me tell you, you might have gone to school, you might have a university degree, but this is what happened. Most of education that most people have is misrepresentation. Most of your education is wrong. So there are three kinds of education. There is education of the poor, there's education of the middle class, there's education of the rich. So this is what happened tonight. I want to introduce you to the education of the rich. I want to introduce you to what the rich do differently, the attitude the rich has, the mark of the rich, the way they go about living their life, and therefore you can also model it. You can imitate people. You can imitate the good things of people until you master it and make it your own lifestyle too. So the education of the rich. Now, this is what I want to ask you today. What does it take to be rich? What does it determine? What does it take to be rich? What is the difference between the rich and the poor? Before I start, today I have a very amazing time. I was in a church this morning. I was speaking to them about sales. I was speaking to them about sales and how they can close more deals. So, because I realized that you need to learn how to close deals. So, in case you have not, you want to catch up with me on what I did, you can go on my page, Atade Esson, I guess. You can see the live broadcast of that program and you can watch it. I strongly believe it's going to help you. And this evening, too, I had an amazing time with just a young people or some young fellow where I speak to them about the money scale, how they can scale their money. So this is my third program today, and it's been quite challenging, man. It's been quite challenging but I make a commitment to show up for you every Sunday, and that's why I'm here today. And so, what does it take to be rich? What's the difference between the habit of the rich and the habit of the poor? Do you know that there is one thing that is common between the rich and the poor? The rich and the poor. Two things are common about them, and two things are always also not the same about them. So, what is the thing that is common about the poor and the rich? Number one, the poor has 24 hours. The middle class has 24 hours. The rich has 24 hours. So, the middle class has 24 hours. The rich has 24 hours. That's one of the things that is common about between among the rich, the poor, and the middle class. Once again, that is common among the rich, the middle class, and the poor. The middle class has mind, was given mind in creation. The poor has mind, the rich has mind. But then what is different between both of them? The way they use their time and the way they use their mind. So the first thing you need to know today about the education of the rich is the education that the rich has about time. All right. Now, let me tell you something. Check out every poor person around you. Check out every poor person around you. One thing is, when I mean poor person, I mean the poor thinking individuals. What differentiates them between the poor and the rich is the way they use their time. The time. How do you use your time? The poor believes that time is money. By the way, there is a poor song in town. They say, time na money, oh, time na money. Time na money, oh, time na money. By the way, you have sung that song several times. I grew up singing that song too. So I'm not here to cast a stone on you. But guess what happened? That song is a poor thinking song. Time is not money. Time is not money. One of the things that keep the poor very poor is that the middle class, they keep thinking that time is money. Time is not money, my friend. Time is not money. Time is not money. Time is not money. Guess what time is? Time is not money. The rich seeks time as life. So one of the education that the rich has is that time is life. Time is life. time is life. You see, your life is, how do you know time is life? Look at it. We say time, lifetime. Look at it. It's called lifetime. Time is what life is made of. How you use it determines your life. Time is what life is made of. How you use time it determines your life. So the first education you need to have is the education that I call time. Time has an acronym. What is the acronym of time? Today is my everything. All right. Today is my everything. In other words, how you use today determines everything in your life. Today is my everything. So the poor waste time, the middle class spend time, the rich invest time. I will say this to you, huh? The poor waste time, the middle class spend time, they sell time, and the rich does what? Invest time and buy time. In other words, you see, if you can get this one singular point today about the education of the rich, the moment I got it, everything in my life changed. Because the rich don't spend time, the rich don't sell time, the rich buy time and invest time. Because you know what happened? Time is life. Time is life, guys. Time is life. So you need to understand, how can I spend time? How can I invest time? How can I buy time? You can buy time. If you can buy time, you see, one of the things about the rich, education of the rich, is about time. You need to understand that time is infinitely more important than money. So what the rich want to do is to make a lot of money on time so that you can buy more time. Okay? That's why the rich will not clean his own house. That's why the rich will not drive his own car. That's why the rich we do everything to buy time. That's why the rich will not be going to Abuja and drive and go by road. You know why? Because that is wasting time. The poor will say, come on, man, how will I fly? How will I fly a ticket? How will I fly a ticket of 40,000 or 50,000, depending on the class of ticket you're buying? Or how would I buy a ticket of 100,000? But you know what? The poor says, no, 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 no. I will save that money. The poor want to save money. The rich want to save time. Ooh, you see, this is the kind of education you don't get in your conventional school. By the way, most of you have spent a lot of money going to school just to go and sell time. Okay, that's just to go and sell time. You know what? So you have 24 hours in a day. Now, one guy in Nigeria sang a song, and get the song he sang. He said, Dangote Onori Meji. All right. That was a true, right? In a way, that's a true. But Dangote does not have two heads, but Dangote borrows several heads. Hello, my friend. So the point is, Dangote don't need to have two hands to have many hands working for you. Because you see, how fast you will get ahead is dependent on how many heads is working for you. I'll say that again. How far you will get ahead is dependent on how many head is working for you. So this is what happened to you, guys. One of the reasons they ask you to do network marketing is not because they wanted to do network marketing. If you truly understand the essence of network, you will understand the essence of something. It's called network, not ad work. It means, in other words, it's a net of people come together to be able to work and you get benefited from what they do. In other words, the rich don't sell time. The rich work to buy time. Now, guess what? The middle class ask themselves about time. This is what they say. They will come to your work and say, how much will you pay me? All right? How much will you pay me? That's the middle class. The middle class will say, how much will you pay me for this work? Guess what happened? The rich says, how many times will you pay me for this one-time work? Now, do you see the same thing about time now? The poor said, I'm the middle class, how many times? How much will you pay me? How much will you pay me? The rich says, how many times will you pay me for this one-time work? Now, the rich thinks like God. The rich think like God. How does God think? God will create one thing and make that thing to produce after his kind. Because everything that God's created has a residual production. It keeps producing for it. In other words, time is very, very important. Time is very, very important. Time is very, very important. So how do you use your time? Do you use your time like the middle class? Do you use your time like the poor? Or you use your time like the rich? All right. The rich buy time. The rich invest time. By the way, one of the reasons why the rich want to make a lot of money is to make money, not to show up. The middle class make money to boost their status. The rich make money to buy a future. They see the difference now? You see, the way the rich, education of the rich is opposite the education of the middle class and the education of the poor. And this is a fact. This is a reality. You see, you begin to think about yourself right now. If you think about making more money, what do you think about? You think about selling more of your time. But the rich think about selling more boxes. They think about building more systems. Because you know why? You only have 24 hours in a day. And everything that matters to you will be involved in that 24 hours. So some people, the rich thinks about money plus. The poor and the middle class only thinks about money. The rich think about how to have money and enjoy life together at the same time. So, how is your time? What kind of education do you have about time? What about education do you have about time? Now, what kind of education do you have about time? When the middle class and the poor thinks about any money, they thinks about linear income. The wealthy, the rich thinks about leverage income. Because what you lack in ability, you can catch it up in leverage. All right. So what leverage do you have? Guess what happened? Somebody is on his way 4 hours ago to go to Abuja. Is going by car. And then already the guys ahead of you. So what do you need to do? You don't need to go by road. You go by road. There's no way you can catch up with this guy. This guy is already on his way. So this guy decided to go by flight. So the guy decided to go by flight, but there are also two kinds of flight or three kinds of flight. You can choose to go by helicopter, you can choose to go by plane, or you can choose to go by jet. So this guy decided to go by jet, one decided to go by aeroplane, one decided to just go by by helicopter. Let me tell you something. Three of them will get there before the guy that goes by car. You know what happened? Because it's leverage. What a lack in ability, they have gotten it in leverage. So the education of the rich is very fundamental with timing. We live in a country, we live in a continent, we live in a world today that most people waste time. If you want to be rich, you have to value time. If you don't have money, but you begin to value time, how soon can you get things done? People that work close to me knows that I love speed. You know why? Because money loves speed. Abundant loves speed. How quickly can you get it done? No, look at me. How quickly can you get things done? So, number one is about timing. Number one is about time. How do you use your time? If I say to you, somebody will say, so you want to watch your clothes by yourself. Is it bad to watch your clothes by yourself? No. But every time you are watching your clothes by your time is a time you should have been used to think and create more. So that time, if you can place more value on your time, there's some work you will not do. You see, the white man and the Western world created a lot of technology because they value time. You know what? So rather than wasting time to do some certain things, I can create an equipment or technology that can get that thing fixed for me. Rather than watching the mail and trying to see who has sent me a mail, I can automate the mail that when somebody tries to come into my inbox, there is a process I have put there. I do the work once and get paid forever. How many times will you be paid for one-time work? All right, that's how God thinks. So when God plants a seed, He makes sure that that seed can keep producing forever. All right, so that means it's called leverage. Your life without leverage is a life with bondage. So that means the moment you don't have leverage, you are limited in your expression. So leverage is important. So check your time, guys. Check your time. That's one of the education of the rich. The education of the rich thinks about time. Now, secondly, how does the rich thinks about money? What are the education of the rich have about money? Now, the rich knows that for you to make more money, you have to sell something. So the rich sell more than they buy. Hello, listen to me now. Listen to me. The rich sells more than they buy. The poor, the middle class, always chase after the trendy thing. The rich create the trendy things. Hello. Now, so the rich take advantage of the trendy things to create money. The middle class and the poor buy the trendy thing to show off to their neighbors that they also have arrived. But you know what happened? How you buy, if you are not selling more than you are buying, guess what happened to you? You can never be rich. So the rich knows that selling is a good idea. The rich knows that selling is God's idea. So the rich sells. The rich teach their children. One of the education that the rich give to their children is how to sell, how to negotiate, how to communicate. You know what happened? They communicate and learn how to communicate. So what kind of education do you have? You don't know how to sell. You don't even like selling. By the way, let me tell you this. The rich know something, that 95% of the world hate to sell. And the rich also know that 95% of the world love to buy. And so the rich knows that 5% of the world love to sell. And so 95% of the world love to buy. So the rich position their family and themselves into selling. So the rich love to sell. The rich are big on production. So this is what happened. Because the rich know something about money. That money is a value voucher. Money is a value voucher. So this is what happened. I want to create the value that people want to give me money for. So the rich is always selling. They sell more than they buy. It's one of the educations of the rich. The rich is always selling. One of the secrets of every wealthy person, from Dangote to Bill Gates to Elon Musk to Jeff Bezos to Taddy Cash. Come on, man. That's what happened. They are always selling something. So what are you selling? You must sell more than you buy if you want to sustain wealth. You see, some people, when they wake up today, they only think about what they want to buy. They really think about what they need to sell. They don't think about selling. They think about buying. They're like, oh, if I have money now, there's one shoe that I saw. There's one shoe. They say, get this for me today. Consumption will make you grow fat, but production will make you grow rich. Choose it. Do you get it now? Consumption will make you grow fat. Production will make you grow rich. Not every fatness is healthy. Right? What I'm saying? Okay? Not every fatness is healthy. In other words, learn to produce. The rich produce more than they consume. Because if you are consuming and you're not producing, you're already destroying yourself. So learn to produce. That's one of the education of the rich. The rich are very, very important about it. Thinks about how to produce more income. How to produce more income all the time, because the rich knows that income is an harvest of production. So the rich thinks about time differently. The rich think about time differently. The rich want to buy time. They don't want to sell it. The rich want to invest their time into what is important to them. They don't want to spend it. You know what happened? But what are you doing with your time? The rich is buying time. When the rich employ more people, guess what they're doing? They're buying. Now, look at it. You have 24 hours in a day. You can work 24 hours. But guess what happened to them? If I buy time of 8 hours from one guy, and I'm able to look at it, 8 hours, and I'm able to buy hours from 1,000 people. Hello, my guy, Joshua. How many hours have I bought in a day? 8 hours from 1,000 people. That's 8,000 hours. So 8,000 hours. What does that give to me? It gives me leverage. You only have 24 hours. I have 8,000 hours in the same day. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. In the same day, you have 24 hours, but I have what hours? 8,000 hours. Now, guess what? If time is life, who has a better life? Now, think about it. If time is life and you have 8 hours and I have 80 hours, if time is life, you have 8 hours, and I hire 10 persons that give me 8 hours per day, that's 80 hours. I hire 20 persons that give me 8 hours per day, that's 160 hours. I have 30 persons per day that give me 8 hours, that's 240 hours. Now, that means I have 240 hours per day where you have 24 hours. There's no way you're going to be rich as mine. Now, this is not based on intelligence, this is based on leverage. All right? So this is what happened. The rich buy time. They're thinking of buying more time. They think of buying more time. They think of buying more time. They use money to buy time. They think about money differently. All right. So how do you think about money? If you want to make more money, do you want to sell your product or time, or you want to sell more product? Because product gives you leverage. All right. Products give you leverage. You can, if you want to sell your time and you're a very wise guy like Joshua, and somebody says you come and train them, and they want to take, and like some people say, they will say, an hour of my time, an hour of my time. An hour of my time is it's about 10,000. It's about 100,000 per hour. If you want me to speak, you give me 500,000 per hour. Now that guy speaks that way because I don't understand the education of the rich. Now, if somebody gives you 100,000 per hour, Josh, someone give you 100,000 per hour, how much can you make at maximum in 8 hours? 800,000. But guess what happened? The same Joshua sells the same thing you are selling an hour for. He prototypes it and he created a product for it and he sell it for 50,000 and he gets 100 people to buy it in a day. How much has Joshua? Joshua is still where Joshua is. Joshua is still doing something else. Guess what happened? 50,000 times 100 is how much, my guy? 50,000. That's 50,000. Okay, that's 5 million. Joshua is going to get 5 million and Joshua still have his time. Who is richer now? Joshua. You know why? Because Joshua productize his service while you sell your service. You see what happened now? Joshua understood that's the education of the rich. So Dangote can sell a lot of cement in 1 hour because it's a product. He's not selling his time. All right? It's a product. Now, I want to ask you today, one of the ways you begin to bring education of the rich into your business, that service you are rendering, how can you productize it? How can you productize it? Okay, how can you productize a product whereby you can teach young people how to get a mentor, all right, and you make it a product so young people can take the methodology of getting a product. How can you show people how to write a book and make it a product so people can get your product and write a book? Now, to see the wealthy as an education, they know that there are three ways. There are three ways people can sell. There are three products. There are three things people can sell. Now, when it comes to education of the rich, the education of the rich tells you there are three things people can sell. Number one things you can sell is that you can sell your service. Number two thing you can sell is that you can sell your knowledge. All right. Number three things that you can sell is that you can sell a product. Now, the rich knows that the best thing to do is to sell knowledge and to sell products. So what happens is that because knowledge and product help you to scale, but service hardly helps you to scale. So if you're a laundryman and you do my laundry, then you're going to get my clothes and you're going to watch it, isn't it? Now, the only way a laundryman can scale is to hire people that then do the work. So he's not the one that is going to do the work. So he's getting other people. He paid them a token. So if a laundryman, rather than doing the laundry yourself, you created a marketing system through selling. And then 100 people are able to give you their clothes to watch. And then they're going to pay you 20,000 per the clothes. Now, instead of you getting 20,000 by watching the clothes, you get somebody else to watch the clothes, and then you give them 10,000. Now, if you give him 10,000, guess what? You're going to pay 100K and you're going to make 100K. You're going to make 100K by getting other people to do the work, and by just creating. That means you still have your time, you can create more things. That means you make 100K by using your mind, not by selling your time. So you still have your time. You see, you want to guide your time jealously. Your time is important to you. What you give your time to reveals your wisdom. What you give your time to also reveals your foolishness. So you need to give your time to what matters to you in life. Time is meant for two things: to grow yourself and to grow others. All right? So any other thing you use time for outside of those things is a waste of your time. So remember what I've shared with you today. The rich use time, think about time differently. The rich thinks about money differently. The rich thinks about selling differently. Another thing that the rich thinks about is about how they enjoy life. Come on now, let me tell you this: the education of the rich now. The rich think about, and that's what I'm going to stop with you today. And you can ask me a question about something you think, what do the rich think about? I've been doing this for the past 10 years, studying how the rich live their life, the kind of education that the rich have. And by the way, I have a full program on that, a full program that's about 70,000 naira. And that program, you can get a program today, a whole program on education of the rich. I think for Joshua, this Valentine promo, right? So we can give you for 25,000 naira the Valentine promo. So you can get the program today. You can get the program today. It's a program you can listen to at your own speed. You see, you can listen to the program at your own speed, and it's called Education of the Rich program. So this education will show you many of the things I'm talking about: how the rich invest, how the rich thinks about money, the education of the rich, the philosophies of the rich, and all of those things. It's a full program, and I'm giving you a Valentine offer on it tonight. You can get it instead of paying me 70,000 naira, you can pay 25,000 naira. Okay, to get the education of the rich. It's an education of the rich, and this is going to absolutely help you. Now, look at it. There's a way that the rich thinks about enjoyment. It's different from the way an everyday guy thinks about enjoyment. The rich thinks about enjoyment by investing. It makes money, it invests the money into income producing assets. Then the rich thinks about it and say, so let me give you an instance. I would like to buy a car, a 2021 or 2022 model. A particular car I will not disclose to you right now. But guess what I did? Instead of taking the money to go and buy the car, I take the money to put in an income producing asset. The income producing asset produce the proceed, part of the proceed from the income producing asset, I use it to buy the car. Now, what does that mean to you? That is the education of the rich. Education of the rich don't spend their seed on frivolity. They spend their seed to produce income and take part of the income to fund their frivolities. Let me tell you, vanities are good if assets fund it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, can listen to me, listen to me. That's how the rich thinks. They fund vanity by true assets, not true sweat. In other words, the rich don't use their money to pay children's school fees. They use their money to buy asset. Some of the proceeds from the asset to pay the children's school fees. You know what happened? That's what happened. So the question is, what asset are you buying? What asset are you buying? What deals are you buying? So for instance, I invest a lot in real estate, cash flow real estate, capital. I have two models. I call it the fatty deals, and I call it the freedom deal. All right. So I invest for capital gain and I invest for cash flow. By the way, if you're listening to me or watching this video tonight and you say, Taddy, man, I love to have a deal that is off the market, the deals that I cannot Google, the kind of deals in real estate that in 1 year, it can make me a lot of money for sure. You can put it there and say, Taddy, I'm ready for this deal. Show me. My people are going to get back to you before 24 hours, and we're going to qualify you to know whether you are qualified to have such deals. These are the kind of deals I do for my investors. I remember one of my investors in 2021, I helped him to turn 300 million to 1.2 billion. You know what happened? Because I had shown him how to do fatty deals and freedom deals. So this is what happened. That's the education of the rich. The rich takes the money to buy assets. Guess what happened? They buy assets. Proceeds from the asset fund their lifestyle. Now, this is what I want to ask you today. What's going to pay for your lifestyle? What's paying for your lifestyle? The middle class earn salary to show off, to pay for their lifestyle. The poor don't even have a lifestyle in the first place. All right. So the rich, the middle class try to get the money to pay for lifestyle. They send two children to the school they cannot afford just to buy the status for themselves. But guess what the rich do? The rich buy assets, and then that produces income continuously, consistently, perpetually. And they take some of the proceeds of that to buy a lifestyle. Because the rich keep buying assets that can do three things for them. They can buy them time, they can fund their lifestyle, and they can help them to keep a legacy for the next generation. A good man leave an inheritance for his children. What asset are you buying today to fund the lifestyle of your children? That's what makes you a good man and a good woman. I have studied the life of several wealthy people, from Andrew Carnegie to Rockefeller to Bill Gates to Warren Buffett. I have studied their wealth pattern for the last 10 years. And I can tell you, and that's what I developed, what I call the education of the rich. If you want the education of the rich, it's something you can listen to again and again, again and again, again and again. Guess what happened? It is yours forever. It's a one-time and lifetime membership, lifetime ownership of this program. And by subscribing to the program Education of the Rich, it's going to literally change your life. Look at the screen there. You will see the contact there. Just say how to get into the education of the rich and how you can be part of it. A lot of people have listened about this program, and it has literally changed your life. It's one of my signature programs. It's called the Education of the Rich. The program is 70,000, but I'm giving you for the Valentine promo right now for the sake of money love. All right? Get it today. 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 Now, finally, before I go, the poor, the middle class said, the poor said the poor said money is the root of all evil. But you know what happened? The rich says that lack of money is the root of all evil. Okay. In other words, lack of money creates more evil in the world than money itself. In other words, you need to understand this. The money loves you, money wants you, money is good for you. And in other words, you need to understand this continuously. You need to be in a good relationship with money. You need to educate your mind on money. You need to keep educating your children about money. You need to have an economy summit with yourself and your family continuously about money, because money is good for you. Money is good for you. Remember, the rich love selling, the poor hate selling. The rich love selling, the poor hate selling. The rich love selling, the poor hate selling. And if you want to be part of education of the rich, you can sign up for the program. It's going to literally change your life. Guys, next week I'm going to be sharing with you, with my friends, on their own journey on adopting the education of the rich. It's going to be brief, and it's going to be the 10th episode of the program. Thank you for always hanging on with me on this show. Guess what happened? I want you to do tonight. In case you have not subscribed for the YouTube version, go today and subscribe to my YouTube version. And for some of you that are watching me and you love to take my ideas on sales every single time, there's something you can do. You can go to Twitter right away and follow me at Taddy Cash. I share that idea on how to close more deals and how to build your business, lead generation offer, lead conversion offers. But guess what happened? This is what you need to do today. The education of the rich is different from the education of the poor. The education of the rich is different from the education of the middle class. I've just given you some of the tips on the education of the rich today. You can see that it's totally different. But I'm opening the floor. 2 or 3 questions you want to ask me. What is your thought? What do you want to ask me about tonight? About money, about sales, about how to grow your money, about how to achieve your goal. Put the hashtag, ask that question, and ask me the question. We have about 5 minutes to go. Just go there today and ask me a question. We'll be right back, and then we can take your question and we'll go for tonight.
Tade Cash. Tade Cash is a world-class cash flow entrepreneur and investor, a super wealth coach, legendary closer, and an educator. He's a co-founder of more than 5 cash-rich businesses and believes that assets should be predictable, consistent, and perpetual income that funds our lifestyle. It shows individuals, companies, and nations how to unlock the hidden assets that would create perpetual, consistent, and predictable prosperity for them. He is the creator of the Short and Sell program and the Money Mastery program. He is the author of Shut Up and Collect the Money, the Money Mastery Revolution, Build Assets, Not Just a Business, as well as the Wealth Genotype. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome on stage Tade Cash.
It's been awesome. We're not getting questions tonight, and yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get something. All right, so this is very important. So remember what I told you. You can follow us You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on YouTube. Go join Tally Cash tonight, and it's going to be amazing for you, and it's going to be life changing. But I want to let you know there is an education of the rich, and we're going to be back next week Sunday. We're going to bring you more value. We're going to bring you more amazing stuff, and that is awesome. That is beautiful. That is something that I strongly believe you will get. And in case you have not also followed us on Financial Freedom Fastlane, you can do the same on Facebook. We make posts every single day, and that is going to literally change your life. Remember, if you want to change your life, you have to change your life. And I'm so happy. Thank you. You have been following us in the last 9 episodes of this program. It's been awesome. Sometimes it's quite stretchy to be here every Sunday, but this is what happened. It's a promise we make, and we're showing up for you. Even when I'm out of the country in the next few weeks, I'm traveling around other places. We're still going to be showing up for you every Sunday, and we're still going to be showing you from different parts of the world where I am and where we can host the program so that your life can keep getting better. Thank you very much. It's awesome hanging out with you tonight. We'll be signing out right away. But remember, if you have not read any of my book, you can ask for it. Some of the books will literally change your life. If you want to change, if you want to learn more about sales, if you want to change your money life, you can read the money code. If you want to learn more about sales, you can read the close or lose. If you want to really go into real estate and generate cash flow in abundance for it, why not pick up the book today called The Risk Essay Cash Flow Machine? It's going to literally change your life. And you can as well go to my website at tidycash.com. You will see a lot of my product there. You see how you can get them. Until I see you again, peace, love, and cash flow. Bye for now.